Melissa, the paint girl. Car accidents happen. Get the most affordable, convenient, superior vehicle repair with concierge service. The Paint Girl provides pickup and delivery with no additional cost. Our body shops have over 30 years combined experience. The Paint Girl handles all makes, models, lease return repairs, and insurance claims. Your smart choice for vehicle repair? The Paint Girl. Call 954-691-7024. That's 954-691-7024.
Hello everyone, my name is Noah Crane. Welcome to Create Your Greenest Grass. Connect with me each week to create a life you love. Now let's get started. Hello and welcome to the show. My name is Noah Crane and I'm the author of the book, The Grass is Greenest Where I Am. In my book, I speak about no comparison, no competition, and no scarcity. Learning to live in our own love and light and sharing our unique gifts in the world. I'm all about people really living their best life and really able to find their gifts because each one of us is special and each one of us has a piece of the puzzle to bring into this world. I'm also the co-creator of an incredible group called Conscious Co-op. We meet once a month at the Wyndham Hotel in Boca Raton. The address is 1950 Glades Road. We bring people together so they can find connection and find each other in order to help each other on this journey and help educate each other. The lunches are very spiritual and very connected. I feel like we're really bringing all the healers together. We come together, there's a vegan lunch. The cost is $27. And every lunch always has a meditation, and the meditation is Sunny Arfa from Feel Great Meditate, and she gets us really grounded and really connected to ourselves. After the meditation, we always have an inspirational speaker. This month, we're blessed enough to have two inspirational speakers. We have Lisa Kirshan, who is going to teach us Qigong. And I don't know a lot about Qigong, but I think it's kind of like a walking meditation, something like that. And then we'll also have an incredible comedian. His name is Anthony Francis, and he's going to get us moving also and really connected to ourselves and have us laughing. We're really excited about this opportunity to connect and to find like-minded people. Last lunch, we had 65 people show up for lunch, and it was very special. Hopefully, this time we'll have even more. We're in the ballroom in the Wyndham on the second floor. We're very blessed to have the ballroom, and it's an incredible event. You really don't want to miss it. If you're really looking to find your people and find people that can support you on your journey and have everything that you want in your life, this is your opportunity. You can't sit at home and find that. This is the energy, this is the time, this is your time to get out there and really create something special with your life because you have the power. It's all within you. And when you can get out of your own way, then life really starts opening up and giving you everything that you're ready for. I'm also a relationship and life coach. So if you're ready to really get out of your own way, I'm there to shine my light on you and really help you find a path and really create your own greenest grass. You can't leave that to chance. Life is too precious. You have to really take it into your own hands and choose very wisely. And I've done the work. I really have done the work on myself, and I really have the tools to give you so you can start having everything that you want in your life. Thank you so much again for being here with me today. And I have a very special guest on my show today. His name is Clive Digby Jones, and he's the director of Ravenscroft International and the co-author of The Missing Piece, an incredible book, and it's the Advanced Seeker Guide to Wholeness. Thank you and welcome to the show, Clive.
Hello there. It's very nice to meet you and to be here and to talk to your listeners.
Yes.
And, what can I tell you?
So tell me a little bit about yourself and about your work.
Okay. We've just named our work slightly differently. We're calling it Putting Humpty Dumpty Together Again.
I love that.
And Humpty Dumpty is me.
Mm-hmm.
It's my story, my journey to wholeness. And it's also the story of other people. And I want to just thank Eileen Watkins Seymour, my partner, who over the last 27 years has helped me get through all of the stages of my own personal development. And so we've got this information on how to make yourself whole. I was a successful senior executive. I would help companies develop new products. I was a consultant in innovation, and I coached leaders of business. The problem was that I discovered I wasn't feeling anything. I was going through life without, I got to 2 marriages at that point, and I realized I wasn't feeling anything. So I started to think, well, how can I find out about myself, what's going on the inside? So I did all sorts of things. I did all sorts of courses. I became a bit more aware about myself. And what I discovered was that inside, I had anger, I had sadness, I had overwhelm, I felt less than, and I had all these feelings, and they were like frozen energy. This is what I discovered, that I had all this frozen energy. This energy was me. It was me from younger ages, and as it turned out, it was also me from past lives and things like that. So I've gone through stages with the help of Eileen, my partner, to find all that I know about now of my missing energy. And what I want to do is help other people understand that this is a possible journey much faster than they think.
I love your work, and I love how you spell peace, P-E-A-C-E.
Absolutely. So if I was talking to the audience to this show, and talking to you as well,
Yes.
The first question I ask people is, if 10 out of 10 is being fully present, fully here, fully now, you're in your touch, in your voice, in your relationships. So that's 10 out of 10. How close to 10 are you on average? And what's interesting is that everybody in a room, or everybody in the audience, will get a number. So somehow they know how much they are present, how much they are on average distracted or not present. So let's say it's a 6 out of 10. That says 60% of you is trying to be 10, and that's a struggle. What it also says is 40% is off doing something else, and that's where the work begins. It gets interesting. So if I were to ask you, out of 10, where are you on average? What would you say?
I would say an 8.
8? Okay. So 20% is still left to find. And that would be, where we would come in and help you find that and free yourself up.
So when I'm missing 20% of myself, what is the negative effect on me or my life?
Well, if I take myself as an example, because I can't answer for you, and each person has a different experience. It's the same pattern. It's a pattern of fragmentation. It's a pattern of I go towards something. So let's say, I don't know if you've read the book The Secret or the book The Power of Now, but they're all telling us that if we do certain things, we can create very powerful futures for ourselves. That's fine, but if you're only 60% of you, or in your case 80% of you, is trying to make that happen, then it is a near impossibility that you can go to the end of what they're suggesting to you. Plus, our clients will say they have anxiety, they have depression, they have empowerment issues, health issues, childhood issues, but it's mostly they feel stuck. They feel they can't get as far as they'd like to. There are a lot of people who have gone on journeys to try and find their missing pieces, and they are successful up to a point, and it's fun going to workshops and enjoyable. However, there is a different way to find the missing piece. Now, what would you say were negatives of not having all of yourself?
For me, probably just less focus, sometimes maybe not totally believing in myself,
Yes.
doubting myself.
Yeah.
Those would be things that would more confidence. That I feel like that's always something we can have more of. More confidence, knowing that we trust ourselves. That's important to me.
Yes.
And our message, and that people, just to know that people relate to what I have to say.
Right.
That's always something that would be in my space.
Yeah, and that they really get you.
Yes.
If they only get part of you, then there's always that, little feeling of a missing bit, a holding back or whatever.
Right.
Yeah, right. Okay.
What are the typical stages that people go through to uncover their own missing piece?
Okay. So, in my case and others, the first stage is awareness. Realize that something isn't working, and you try and find out why. Why am I making these mistakes? Why? Where? What is it about? Oh, I find out that, something happened to me in childhood, and a part of me went into self-protection. And it's a little bit like if I take a fist, and I clench it hard, it goes numb eventually. And that's where I may have, some energy, a bit of me from a younger time, held somewhere in the body or actually floating around the body. And that's what it is that we're looking for, is to help people find these missing pieces.
That's great. So if I'm missing 20% of myself, how would you help me find it and get it back?
Okay, so as we're sitting with a client, and the we is Eileen Watkins Seymour, whose work this is, and I've trained in it, and I discovered through my personal development that I'm actually a healer and somewhat psychic, and I sense energy. We notice things. Language. Somebody says, I push myself, tells us there's an I and myself to find. On the one hand, I'm like this. On the other hand, I'm like that. We listen literally. And then people show us doorways. So, a person may be touching their head and, they're not aware of it. They're doing it. But as they're talking about a problem, it shows that they've got a doorway here or a doorway there. And coincidentally, there may be illness or dis-ease or something in the body that goes with one of these doorways. So we're listening, we're watching, and then we take people on an inner journey. And they may find inner selves, younger selves, inner others, people looking, their own energy crafted to look like the people who made their life miserable. They may find dimensions of color. They may find black holes and tunnels in their internal universe. I have a picture of Eileen talking to Stephen Hawking, and she was explaining to him black holes in the internal universe as he was talking about black holes out there. So we help people go on a journey, and whatever they find, they acknowledge, and then we help them dissolve that pattern. They then feel a lot of warmth. They feel a tingling and a lightness come, and very often anything that was a symptom of illness or anything else will disappear at the same time.
What results can people expect after their sessions with you?
So we use what we call the now score, 6 out of 10, the 8 out of 10, whatever, to measure progress. And people, through the sessions, experience this release. They find a little bit more of themselves. They start feeling more relaxed. They feel a lightness. Then something called the birds in the nest comes in. As you find parts of yourself, the bits that you haven't found start to make themselves known. And we help people work through those. At the end, people talk about peace. They talk about lightness. They know that patterns they have melted away. Their relationships improve. Their health improves. They're being more successful. We have two clients at the moment, and both of them, a day after a session, having had no luck with job finding, had several calls. One of them had 14 job offers the very next day. So, coincidence, or there's more of them available,
That's incredible.
Yes.
That's incredible. That a lot of satisfaction from that to help people. How can people get in touch with you?
Okay, so they can text us, and if I can give my number out, 561 351 9134, and that'll be available on, we'll type that up for them. So they can text us. They can, we have a website, which is www.ravenscroft.com. There will be one coming for putting Humpty Dumpty together again. It's not quite ready yet. And they can email me at cdigby-jones, Digby-Jones, at ravenscroft.com. Those are the best ways to get in touch.
That's great. And I wanted to share that I had a session personally with them, and they're the cutest couple. And I was really touched and moved, and I did my own inner journey because I wanted to feel more empowered in my life. And the session was really incredible because I really got to close my eyes, really go inside myself. And I really believe that I came out. I was able to release a lot of emotions when I was in the session. I was crying. A lot of things came up to me from my childhood, things that I've been through that I've been just holding on. I was able to reconnect with my inner child, that little girl that was really hurt at a young child and never really got acknowledged for being hurt. And that really, I felt right afterwards, I feel more empowered. I really do. I'm not an 8 anymore. I would say I'm more like a 9.
Yes.
Right now. I feel more like a 9. It really helped me a lot. I feel more like in my power, like I'm sitting in my power, and a certain kind of like peace, as we say, peace, came over me.
Yes.
And it's really, I really believe this work is so necessary. So many of us are suffering, and I really do say that suffering is a choice.
Yes.
It's a choice because we don't have to suffer. There's so many things out there in so many ways, and people like Clive and his wife, Eileen, that are here to support us. They're here to help us. They're here to give us our missing piece so we can have more peace in our lives. And I want that for you, and Clive wants that for you. And when you take time for yourself, you are the most important investment in yourself. There's nobody else that's more important than you investing in you and caring. Nothing's too expensive for you. So realize that you matter and your life matters, and you deserve to have an amazing life. The only thing that ever gets in our way, you probably would agree with me, Clive, is ourselves.
Yes. And it's also knowing that this is all about energy and light. And if I can, I'd like to read something that Eileen wrote.
I would love that.
So she said, "It is our job to find, reintegrate, and radiate the light so that we and the light can experience what it means to be fully human." So it's taking down walls. Humpty Dumpty fell off a wall.
Yes.
His shell was broken. It's getting rid of the outer shells, and it's finding 100% energy and have that being fully here, radiating out in the world. The world needs it. The light workers who've done lots of work on themselves, they could get some of this to actually take them to the 10 out of 10. And we want to work with those people as well as anybody who's suffering at the moment.
Yes, and what I believe is that when we're not able to be fully expressed in the world, and we're not able to really bring our gifts and share them in the world, then we really are almost like keeping others from really succeeding as well. Because everybody, each one of you, when you bring your piece of the puzzle and you add it into the world, you're making the world a better place. And this is our job. This is for our children. This is for our future. And it's for each one of us gets to win when we do our job. And our job is to be able to be whole and to be able to find our wholeness and make a difference in the world. It's not the suffering doesn't have to be there. We have to make the choice that we want to grow, we want to transform, we want to do better. The suffering is optional. It really is. I really see it that way. Yeah. And there's so many things out there to support you. Again, Clive also comes to Conscious Co-op, which I'm very excited about because he's a healer, as he said, and he's definitely part of Conscious Co-op. And I forgot to tell you that if you want to find out more about Conscious Co-op, you can go to my website. It's under noahcrane.com. I'll spell that out for you, NOAHCRANE.com. You can click under Conscious Co-op, and we would love for you to come and join us and really meet the people that can really make a difference for you, because we're all here to make a difference for each other. And this is the magic. That's where magic happens, is when we get together. Each one of us brings our piece of the puzzle, and then we create the peace in the world, right?
Yes, yes.
That's beautiful.
It takes a village, and our bit is at the end with the actualization, beyond the, the awareness and the self-management. A lot of stages of self-management. So this is about the actualization. We want to help people with that.
That's great. That's a very important part of everything. Can you speak a little bit more to the listeners about Humpty Dumpty and how you see him in the world and how putting him back together is so important?
When I was a little boy, I walked like a toy soldier. I was stiff. I have 4 children, so they had their father who was perhaps a bit distant. They now have a dad. So it really is about finding your missing pieces. It's, you are actually broken. And what we're doing is putting it all back together and bringing in light and energy which is around us. So it's bringing our higher self, the energy of our higher self, the earth energies, all the elements of ourselves together in one place. And from that, we can be entirely successful. So for me, finding Humpty Dumpty, whenever I say to somebody, we're putting Humpty Dumpty together again, everybody gets it. They immediately, their system knows, yep, I've got bits of me that are broken, and I could do with being put together again. So.
Would you say, how many sessions typically do most people need when they come into a session with you?
We work with people usually for however complex their situation, between 2 and 6 to 8 sessions. So we're not talking about a huge amount of time or money, because it happens very quickly. When you start undoing the frozen bits, your system starts to respond, and they present the remaining pieces fairly quickly. So it's not a long-winded performance.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with the listeners about, we have a few more minutes, about what else they can get by doing the work? What else will it give them in their lives? What kind of changes they can expect? Or anything else that you could share that they might find interesting?
Okay. So we've had clients who've had, for example, physical problems. And one person I can think of who was Irish, her mother lived in Ireland, and she got a precancerous situation in her throat. And when she was doing her inner journeying, she found her mother inside her. When she pulled the light through her mother and dissolved the inner form, she found the grandmother behind that.
Wow.
She found the great-grandmother and the great-great-grandmother. So these were women who had a particular pattern of not speaking out. It was the culture as well. So when she brought all this light through and into her body and healed this whole area, a week later, having been estranged from her mother for 60 years, her mother called her up and said, I've just gone to a therapist. This is a person who would only ever have gone to the priest. So that we are connected to each other. So family relationships get healed. And a whole list of things that have been happening in the outside world just dissolve away when you do the inner work.
It's really powerful.
Yes.
It's very powerful. I really recommend to give Clive and Eileen a chance, because I feel a huge change. And just in that one session, it made a huge difference for me. And I can't even imagine what it can do for you, depending where you're at. And they're there to support you. They're here. They came here to help you bring it into your own life. And this work is deep. We really learning to peel the layers of our lives, because we have so many layers and so many things from so many hurts and so many things that we've been in our life that we just shield ourselves and we close ourselves off, and that only hurts us, but we don't realize that, and we're walking around trying to be really self-expressed in the world, but yet we're like frozen.
Yes.
And we can't really be who we're supposed to be.
Yes. And this culture, everybody's supposed to be strong, and we don't admit weakness, and if we do, we go to doctors. Well, this is a way that you can take charge of yourself and your own healing. So.
Yes, and I'm all about that. I'm all about taking charge of our lives and being able to move forward, because we don't want to be frozen. As long as we're frozen, we can't flow and move forward, and we're stuck. And when we're stuck, our energy is stuck. Yes. And when we're stuck, our life is stuck, and we feel victims of life rather than the creators of our life. And I want you all to know that you are the creator of your life. Whatever you have today is you created it. But it's never too late to change. It's never too late to shift. It's never too late to get the right kind of support so you can get different results. It's all about getting the right people around you to get the different results, because we need each other's energies and each other's power to move forward sometimes.
Yes. And know that the results you get are dependent on how much of you is available currently to do what it is that you're doing. And therefore, don't be surprised if you fall short. And it is in finding the missing pieces of yourself. And our book, The Missing Piece, explains how. It has exercises in it, it has case studies. So if people want to get in touch, ask for the book, ask about workshops, ask about personal sessions, then we can give you a lot more information to help you in your own healing.
And didn't you have some kind of a special to our listeners today?
Absolutely. So the first person who gets in touch with Noah will get a free $150 worth of first session, and the next 3 people will get a free copy of the book. So get on the phone and write in, or...
You can call the radio station at 888-565-1470 to claim your first session free with Clive and Eileen. And he's also giving away 3 books.
That's it.
To the next 3 callers.
Next 3 callers.
3 books to the next 3 callers. So if you're interested in seeing this amazing work, give him a call. Again, thank you for being here with us today. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Clive, for being on my show. I'm so grateful for you and our connection. And take care of yourself. Take care of each other. Love each other. Life is too short. And keep moving forward. Have a beautiful evening. Namaste.
Namaste.
Hi, this is Noah Crane. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Remember, the grass is greenest where you are. Tune in next week as we keep exploring and finding and recreating a life we love. Hello, my name is Noah Crane, and I am a life and relationship coach. How would you like to create more